back at the ballpark. The Raiders with the lead here in this one early, 3-0. And again, a big break there, and some of those things that didn't happen for Lawrence on Monday night happening tonight, Steve, as they get a line drive right at Jerome Reed. Hegler got doubled off first, and voila, they're out of the inning.
Well, we talked about the fielding mistakes the Raiders made Monday night. Jerome Reed with the play he probably should have made there. I scored it an infield error, but he comes back with a great diving grab on the line drive and throws over to double off Hegler. So you get the home field advantage. You know the field. The breaks start going your way, and suddenly you look in the bottom of the second, you're up 3-0. It's a brand new ball game and a brand new state championship series.
Well, something that we talked about a little bit on Monday night, Coach Ed Prescott said that he thought the team that made the above-average play would win this series. Well, all you had to do Monday night was make the average play, which is what Lancaster did to win. And tonight the Raiders appear to make those average plays, and Lancaster's not making it.
Well, the Raiders have not only moved their defense up 1 notch, they moved it up 2 notch. Monday night they had trouble making the average play. Tonight they're not only making the average play, they're making the above-average play.
Brian Mann, he led off the first inning. He'll lead off the second. The Raiders batted around in inning number 1. They left the bases loaded, but they got 3 runs. Swing and a miss by Mann, 0-1. First time up, he got that little bouncer right up the middle for a base hit. The wind, the 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, Barnes just appears to be rearing back and throwing now.
Well, Barnes, I think he came in relying with his curveball to see if the Raiders had adjusted to it, and obviously they have after the outburst there in the first inning, but he looks like he's ready to go with his strength, which is the fastball now.
Oh, swing and a miss by Mann. He struck out on 3 pitches, and we have 1 down. And that's got the Lancaster folks revived over there. But Cunningham looks pretty good. I guess the question now is, does Lancaster put themselves in too big a hole early? Johnny Ray at the plate. Ray worked Barnes for a walk his first time up. First delivery, high and outside, 1-0. Ray steps back in. One 0 count. Here's the pitch. High 2-0. Barnes doing a little doctor work out there on the mound. Two 2-0 the count. Here's the delivery. Low, 3-0.
Doug, this game is falling into a very similar pattern to the Raiders' upstate semifinal game against Northwestern. The Raiders with 4 runs in the first inning in that one and didn't score for the rest of the game, but they still held on for a 4-3 victory. You know, Coach Prescott would love to see the offense keep going in this ball game and hopefully make it a little bit more of a wide margin.
Ball 4. Johnny Ray walks. And the Raiders have 1 on with 1 out in the bottom of the second. And that will bring up Jerome Reed. How did Jerome get on the first inning? I can't read my writing. Oh, he was walked.
He walked and came around to score on the error out there by second baseman Pep Harris.
And I was wrong to say that Johnny Ray walked his first trip. He was hit by a pitch his first trip up. Again, Reed with that home run, the only run the other night at Lancaster, as he took it to the opposite field. Barnes winds, throws, curveball in there for a strike. That time he got the breaking ball in.
Well, Barnes is really coming out inside on the Raider hitters, and if you look out in left field, G.G. Harris is really not respecting Jerome Reed's power. He is really shallow coming in on the little dirt patch out there, and Jerome's got a lot of power. He could make him pay for that.
0-1 pitch, misses, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, and 1 on. Bottom of the second, Raiders lead it 3-0. They struck early in the first. People gathered around the outfield fence. They're on the back row of the bleachers in K.C. Hanna Stadium. And we have got almost a packed house here tonight. Line shot out into center field. Over the head of G.G. Harris. And, Steve, you hit it on the head. They're going to wave Johnny Ray around third. He's going to score. Here comes Jerome Reed, and he will hold up with a triple. They didn't respect his power. They played him too shallow, and he put it over their head.
Well, Jerome has as much power as anybody on this baseball team. He's not a big man of stature, only about 5'8", but he's got a great bat. He generates a lot of bat speed, and he just made him pay right there as he lined that shot over the head of center fielder Mark Anthony, and the Raiders now take a 4-0 lead.
And they've got Reed down at third with only one out. And now this is the type situation, we didn't see it in the first, and I'm not that surprised. This is the situation where Ed Prescott's maybe going to try and find a way to get him across the plate.
Well, we thought they may come up with a little more aggressive base running in the first inning, but the Raiders got the bats going, took advantage of a few mistakes, and got them going. I don't think we're going to see anything really fancy here. You're in a situation right now where Chuck Cunningham, a good contact hitter, if he gets anything out of the infield, is probably going to score Jerome Reed, who has excellent speed.
Think he might try and lay a little bunt down the line and have him coming?
I don't think so with a 4-0 lead. I think Chuck's your leading RBI man on this team, and I think he's going to give him a chance to drive in one more right here.
Barnes winds, throws, misses. The ball gets away from Reed, but he pounces on it very quickly, and Jerome will stay down at third. 1 ball, no strikes is the count to Cunningham. And right now, when Barnes is having a little bit of trouble with his control, you don't want to help him out. Make him throw it over. Lawrence 4, Lancaster nothing, bottom of the second. The Raiders with 3 in the first and 1 so far here in the second. A runner at third with only 1 out. Wind, the throw to Cunningham. That's a called strike right down the heart, 1-1. Barnes now ready to go again. Reed. Ready. The pitch. Lined hard into left field. That one's going to go all the way into the corner for a base hit. Jerome Reed will score easily. It's all the way back to the fence. And here comes Cunningham to third. It's going to be close. No, it's not. He's in there easily. With the back-to-back triples, the Raiders have taken a 5-0 lead.
Well, Doug, you talk about the home field advantage. It really worked for Lancaster Monday night. Tonight it's working for the Raiders. They've taken advantage of that left field alley all season long. Lancaster, as we said earlier in the inning, they're up playing the Raiders shallow. Lancaster has a very shallow porch out in left field. The Raiders don't, and they're making them pay tonight.
5-0 our score. Al Berry, the head coach for Lancaster, out, and he's going to take the ball away from John Barnes. And we're going to have a relief pitcher. They're going to put the ball in the hands of Hegler, the shortstop. They're going to pull him in. Well, we'll set the defensive changes for you, kind of retool everything, and come back and rejoin this one. Our score now with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Lawrence out early, 5-0. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Steve Hegler has come over from shortstop for Lancaster. He'll do the pitching. As the Raiders have touched them for 5 runs here in the first 2 innings. We have a runner at third and only 1 out. The wind, the pitch, misses. 1-0. Mike Douglas, the batter. And it's Tony Grant running for Chuck Cunningham down at third base. Douglas standing in there as the Raiders have stolen the thunder. And we saw a lot of that Monday night from Lancaster. The 1-0 pitch. Misses. 2-0. That one skipped away from Reed, but not very far. And Mike Douglas quickly signaling Grant to stay up at third base. This one's starting to take on a fun look, Steve.
Well, the Raiders stealing the thunder. They can keep the lightning, however. That stuff was a little scary.
Yeah, we were pretty uncomfortable up there Monday night, as I remember. 2-0 pitch. He fakes the bunt. He pulls it back, and it's a called strike, 2-1. Lawrence 5, Lancaster nothing. We are in the bottom of the second. As the Raiders trying to roll it up early here on the Bruins. It's still a long way to go. And with that man down at third with 1 out, you'd love to get him across and get another one on the board. Hegler is the pitcher now, out of the bullpen for Lancaster. 2-1 delivery. Oh, Mike almost went after that one, laid off of it. It skipped away. from Reed, and that makes it a 3-1 count. And he is really having a struggle handling Hegler right behind that plate.
Well, Reed has done an outstanding job, not only here with Hegler, but also with Barnes. He saved at least 2 or 3 runs already just stopping wild pitches.
Mike Douglas steps in there with a 3-1 count on him. Steve Hegler now pitching for Lancaster. Barnes is playing shortstop. Here we go. The wind of the pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. So Douglas on with a base on balls. Runners at first and third. Still 1 out. And Reed Edwards at the plate. And Reed, last time, reached on that error by Pep Harris.
Well, he did. He lined it hard. Give Reed the RBI on that anyway, as Jerome Reed would have scored anyway. So 3 RBIs in the first inning, 2 already here in the second inning, and the Raiders up 5-0.
Trying to add to that. Runners at the corners, 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Raiders up, as Steve said, by 5, and Edwards in there, and he'll step out and call time. Grant at third. Douglas at first. And don't make any plans for Friday night. The wind, the delivery, misses, ball 1. And again, a great job by Reed, who blocked that one behind the plate and kept it in front of him to keep that run from coming in.
Well, if you're going to make plans for Friday night, plan on being at the ballpark right now. If anything happens between now and then, we'll let you know. But looks like it's going to be a great series, and it looks like it could go down to the wire, although we're not counting this one out yet.
Nope, a long way to go, but the Raiders look good early. At least as good as Lancaster looked Monday night. 1-0 pitch, high, 2-0. Did they call that a strike? Yep, they did. Can you figure that one out?
I'm not sure. That one, it really looked like it was up about the letters on Reed Edwards, but we don't make the calls. We just get paid to talk about them.
Well, he took the bat off his shoulder, but that's about as far as it got. 1-1 the count with 1 down. Hegler takes a glance over at first. Here goes the runner. Reed hits that one hard out into right field. It is going to be run down, though, and we are going to probably have a double play here, and indeed we do. No, the ball popped loose. Did it pop loose? Yes, sir. They had him dead to rights, and Richie Ballard couldn't handle the throw. It popped loose, and it's 6-0. As in the midst of all that, Tony Grant came in to score. Big run there for the Raiders. They make it 6-0. And that'll bring up Charles Peterson. Unbelievable, Steve. 9 men to the plate in the first inning. 7 men so far here in the second. Two away. Runner down at first. That's still Mike Douglas. Nearly doubled off over there. The wind, the pitch, misses. It's going back to the screen, and Douglas will take second. That time, it was just too wild, and there was nothing Robbie Reed could do about it. all the wild throws he stopped this evening, Steve, we'll forgive him that one.
Well, that's true. He's really put his body in front of a lot of balls tonight, and you get to a point where you just get a little bit frustrated, especially when you look up there and the other team is just blowing you out. But Reed's a very tough competitor, and you have to take your hat off for him for doing what he has tonight, and he's going to be called on several more times tonight, you have to feel like.
1-0 the count. Charles Peterson, the batter. Runner at second. 2 down. It's called strike. High, right around the letters. 1-1 the count. Raiders 6. Lancaster nothing. Do not adjust your radios. This team has come out of the blocks ready to go tonight. Peterson hits it deep out into right. It's going to hang up, though, and they'll make the play. Curitan circles under it, and the side is retired. But the Raiders get 3 more. We're through 2 completed as Lawrence 6. Lancaster nothing. Will return in 60 seconds.